think, coming into the game, we obviously, knew what NC State had done the last two games, after playing really well, winning at Virginia, and then suffering a tough one. They could have gone either way down at Georgia Tech. They come home to play, a long-standing rivalry and drop it. And so we felt like we were going to get a team that came in here desperate. Was going to try to punch us in the mouth early. And, we didn't handle the ball very well to begin the game, really for the entire game. I give NC State a lot of credit. But, we haven't been a high turnover team all year. And I think we took some chances. We dropped some basketballs. We charged a couple times. So we got to get better in that area for us to, do what we need to do. But I thought, by and large, we kept the ball out of the lane. When they cut it there in the second half, we weren't. We were getting offensive rebounds. They were scoring in traffic. And we had to shore that up, and I thought we did that down the stretch. Ryan was unconscious. I mean, Ryan just, he does that in practice a lot. He has unlimited range. He doesn't let one or two makes affect the next one. And, if it wasn't for the play call that I had at the end of the half, he probably would have gone in, 100%. So credit me with that one. And it was a heck of a shooting performance. But really happy. Anytime you can go on the road in this league against that team and come away with a win, feel fortunate.
What was the message at halftime after all the turnovers and the fouls in that first half?
Just that. We talked about on the defensive end, we got to do what we were doing down the stretch without fouling. We can't put them in the bonus 4 minutes into the game or into the second half. We talked a lot about taking better care of the basketball and trying to establish some type of rhythm of moving the basketball without throwing it to them in the second half. And felt like if we could come back in at the end and have the same type of defensive effort coming back in the locker room, that we wouldn't have to worry about our offense. And I think down the stretch we got a ton of stops in a row to sort of get that separation.
3 straight games you guys have won by at least 17, and it was Darius and then Jordan and then Ryan today. Does that encourage you as a coach that every time it seems to be a different guy stepping up like that?
Yeah, I told our team in the locker room. Ryan was sitting on a couple games where he played 12 and 13 minutes, never complained. Never turned up his nose, never came to practice, quiet. And that's a credit to not just Ryan, but Darius Perry was the same way when, it wasn't his night. I hear Darius on the bench, barking out defensive signals when he's in foul trouble. And, as I told those guys, when they look back 20 years from now, whatever our team ends up doing, they're not gonna remember, hey, I only played 18 minutes in a certain game. Now they won't even remember how many points they scored. And so I think there's a really good camaraderie with a veteran group. Our freshmen, the ones that play and don't play, have really added to that spirit. And, we're going to need it. We got to continue to improve and get better.
Was it satisfying to see Fresh Kimball have a pretty good game? He's been maybe a little off lately.
Yeah, again, I think that's the mark of our team a little bit, and good teams, is you can have different guys step up. And, Fresh made 2, what I thought were big-time threes when, the momentum really wasn't going our way. And he gave his teammates a boost of confidence with those shots. I thought he handled the ball well in the second half. I know he had 5 turnovers, but a large majority of those, I think, were in the first half.
Chris, why do you think this group has done as well as it has on the road? It's not an easy thing to do anywhere, but you haven't lost one yet on the road in the ACC.
I think they're a confident group and they're experienced. They've been in a lot of road environments before. That odd game we played at the beginning of the year, at Miami, when you don't really know what your team's about yet, and you're just learning yourselves. And we were shorthanded with Malik and David not playing, and we won that game. And I think that gave us a little confidence. And even when we dropped one to UK, we were, it was nip and tuck the whole way. You're not going to play in many better environments than that one, and then in Duke, obviously. So, we got an experienced team and a very confident team, and we know no matter where we play, the other team's going to go on a run. And we just don't have the type of kids that are going to splinter and sort of pull apart from one another. They may not win, they may not play great, but we're not going to start pointing fingers. I think we're too experienced and too old for that.
So you mentioned the turnovers in the first half. How did you keep that from snowballing into? Generally, state feeds off of that. If they get 11 turnovers, they might have,
Right.
17 points.
And I didn't feel like in the first half they really got a ton of points off those turnovers, and so that, that's a difference maker. Is you turn the ball over, it becomes 2-on-1, they convert, then you start looking around. And I felt like they sort of left a few, on the table that they didn't convert. A couple of them were dead ball turnovers where we just threw the ball out of bounds. And then, Ryan having the half that he did, he made up for a lot when maybe he hit in the first half, 6 for 6 or 6 for 7 because I jinxed him. But that makes up for a lot when you score 18 points with one guy touching the ball 6 times.
He didn't have great games against Kentucky or Florida State. Did you guys sit and talk any at all after that, or how did he work through a couple of bad games?
Ryan?
Yeah.
He just gets in the gym. He knows we want to run stuff for him. We it's hard to free him. And I think a couple of his looks were obviously in transition. David's really helped with his ability to use a ball screen and read who's helping in when Malik or Steven roll. And then when Ryan hits 1 or 2, I don't care where he shoots it from. I feel like it's going in every time.
What was that play call in the last one that he missed?
I'm not going to give you that. We're going to run that at some point. It was a backdoor for David, and they did a good job of covering it. So Ryan sort of got stuck with the ball and had to create on his own.
One more for Coach. Anyone? Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Please.